Over the games happened on November 18th. Monday night, we got 7 games. Let's get into it. The first game is the Chicago Bulls beat the Detroit Pistons 122-112. Oh my God, Nikola Vucevic, 29 points, 3 blocks, 12 rebounds, 6 threes, 6 for 8 from 3. I want to say he's a sell high, but at this point, I don't know what's got into him this year, but Vucevic on the season is 11th ranked player. 21 points and 10 rebounds is honestly not too crazy. You would expect him to have like 17, 18 rebounds. What's surprising is that he's making 60% of his field goals while shooting 85% from the free throw line. That's really unexpected. So if you want to, again, in category leagues, if you have a team that don't really need steals, you're a team that don't really, his really only weakness is steals. Everything else looks fine, right? 0.9 blocks is pretty good as well. For a center, not so much, but still. Kobe White also had a big game. I thought Detroit was supposed to be good defensively. Kobe White had a great game, 25 points with 5 threes. Sure, Josh Giddey had 10 assists, 8 rebounds, 11 points in his 29 minutes. And where is Lonzo Ball? Josh Giddey, it's just hard for him to crack 35 minutes a night. He's just getting the high 20s. If you need rebound assists, that's great. But if not, I would really try to trade him. Patrick Williams, the minutes continue to be huge. He could be a streamer for threes and defensive stats. And Zach LaVine also had a decent game. He also hit 7 threes. Chicago won 23 for 46 from 3. That's how they beat the Detroit Pistons. Kate Cunningham, 26 points, 10 assists. His assist number has been really, really good this year. And his efficiency too. Overall, having a great year, Kate Cunningham. The turnover is really his only problem. Jaden Ivey, 3 for 12, that's also fine. And Jalen Duren goes off with 22 rebounds and 2 blocks. Try to sell him, yeah. I just, like in category leagues, he give you rebounds and some, a little bit field goal. That's it. He doesn't really block any shots. Doesn't shoot, have no threes. Right? A lot of his value coming from having low turnovers in category leagues, which is not what you want when you evaluate a player. Malik Beasley came off the bench, hit 5 threes. You could stream him for some threes. Go on to the next team, the Pacers and the Raptors, 119-130. And how about Tyrese Halliburton? Just 4 assists. This year, like his assist number is down in a major way. He did have 5 steals and 2 blocks, so that definitely salvaged his bad shooting night for sure. Tyrese Halliburton on the season is 49th ranked player. Yeah. Don't buy low. Oh, sorry. Don't buy. Don't try to buy low with a top 20 or top 25 player. I mean, the price is gonna have to keep dropping. Or if you have Tyrese Halliburton, maybe you should just hold. Right. It just couldn't get any worse, I guess. He's averaging 8.5 assists. That looks like he's not gonna be the 10, 11 assist guy. 8.5 assists is still very, very good. He's still getting a lot of steals and blocks. It's just his shooting percentage, 38% still. Benedict Mathurin is going off. He's a big sell high in my opinion. They just have a lot of injuries right now. Once everybody, like even Andrew Nembhard, right? They would also always start him. So I don't think Rick Carlisle, would trust him moving forward once everybody comes back. Plus the Pacers, they do weird stuff with the lineups, right? The only reason they got 32 minutes because there are a lot of injuries at the moment. Pascal Siakam had 25 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Pretty good line. Efficiency is a little bit suspect here. And then we look at the Raptors. They dropped 130 points versus the bad Indiana Pacers team, defensively at least. And how about RJ Barrett and Jacob Poeltl? RJ Barrett, 4 threes, 39 points. Absolutely big game out of him. And again, he goes 9 for 12 from the free throw line. RJ is a guy in category leagues. I know how badly he could hurt you in both field goal and turnovers. He had 5 here and free throw, right? But he's getting a lot of rebound, a lot of points, a lot of assists, and a lot of threes, right? Defensively, he's still a little bit. He's really not getting those defensive stats, but big game. And how about Jacob Poeltl? Poeltl is, again, I'm looking at the Basketball Monster 9 category ranks. Jacob Poeltl, 44th ranked player. Pretty good stuff. Averaging 1.2 steals and 1.3 blocks. And his minutes is super high. I just don't know when guys come back, is he going to get this level of minutes? Because Scotty bombs, once you have him back, Emmanuel quickly, are they going to go small sometimes? Because that's a problem with a lot of big men in the NBA. Is if you're Valanciunas, they just cannot play you 35 minutes in certain matchups. You just get cooked on the perimeter. I don't know if Perdo is a good perimeter defense. He did have 6 turnovers here too. The next game, the Knicks destroyed the Wizards 106-134. And Alex Sarr, 8 points, no blocks, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. It just amazes me how bad his field goal is as a center. I mean, he does take some threes. I get that. But yeah, his field goal is just unbelievably bad. In 30s. This is the new brand of new big men is they just shoot a lot of threes. They like to be on the perimeter, just like Victor Wembanyama. Malcolm Brogdon, interestingly, started and played just 19 minutes. Kyle Kuzma, 11 points and 8 rebounds. Carrington had 18 points. Carrington, I think now that Brogdon is back, this game they also, Bilo Coulibaly is also out. So we could let him go. I don't think he's going to get 32 minutes every single game. If Bilo continues to be out, then sure, we could stream him. And Jordan Poole only played 26 minutes, didn't play well, just 5 assists and 8 points. And Corey Kispert continues to get big minutes. He's a guy that we could stream for threes. That's really it. For Knicks, Jalen Brunson, big game with 26 points, 11 assists, and 5 threes in his 30 minutes. Karl Anthony Towns, the Knicks players, they're going to put up numbers. Especially Cat and Jalen Brunson. They're going to, offensively, they're going to put up numbers because everything is going through them. And then OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, the minutes going to be high, so they're going to get defensive stats. And they are going to be good. Same thing with Josh Hart. The Knicks starters. The rest of the guys, they don't really have much value. The next game, the Sixers lost again, 89-106. This is looking bad in Philly. Are they the worst team in the East? There is a possibility. Paul George, 5 assists, 3 steals, 18 points. Not bad. But again, I think he's still underperforming a little bit to start off the season. So if you can try to buy low, he might go 3 for 15 one game. He's not a great field goal guy. I think we all know that. But in fantasy categories, he hit a lot of threes, right? He gets steals, right? He also gets assists. Really good free throw shooter. Embiid also a buy low, but again, if you worry about his injury risks, if you throw him, I'm trying to think, an end of second round player. I think I still think he's worth it, in my opinion. Obviously, he has a lot of risk, but in fantasy, you just gotta go big or go home. Jared McCain, he needs to be picked up. Huge minutes here, 36 minutes with 20 points and 4 threes. But once Tyrese Maxey comes back, I don't know how many minutes he's going to get. But for now, sure, right with him. Caleb Martin could be streamed in the meanwhile. And Kyle Lowry, Kelly Oubre Jr., Andre Drummond, you don't really need to roster them. For the Heat, Jimmy Butler came back in a huge game right off the bat. 30 points, 13 for 13 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Great win. A great game for Jimmy Butler. Tyler Hero, I think when Jimmy comes back, his usage is going to drop a little bit. He's still fine. 18 points. The main problem with him is no defensive stats at all. Right? He does take a lot of threes, so that's useful. Bam Adebayo, horrible game offensively, but had 13 rebounds, 2 steals, and block. But Bam Adebayo, he's just gotten worse and worse in fantasy every single year. I wouldn't say get worse and worse. Maybe that's a little bit too harsh. But he's been stagnant, or maybe got a little worse since 2-3 years ago. Duncan Robinson, you could stream him for threes. That's about it. And Haywood Highsmith, sure, you could stream him if they have a back-to-back. Move on to the next team. This is a close one. The Rockets lost by 1. Dame hit a game-winner layup, 101-110. Great win for the Bucks, by the way. For Rockets, the young guys didn't play so well, right? 9 for 24 for Jalen Green, 3 threes. He's cooling off quite a bit. And Prun Shangun goes 8 for 21. I guess the Bucks turned up their defense. But, both guys still put up pretty county numbers. And how about Tari Eason and Amen Thompson? They just benched Dylan Brooks. I want to say bench Jabari Smith. They just give the minutes because I feel like Taro Eason, you should give him more minutes. I mean, the eye test says he's really, really good defender. I mean, he's struggling with his shot for sure. Not a good shot, but I don't know how much worse is Jabari Smith efficiency-wise. I know he's a three-point shooter, but what percentage is he shooting? Taro Eason, 14 rebounds, 4 steals, and 3 blocks. Absolutely must roster. Amen Thompson, I think, also need to be rostered at this point. They're not going to get 30 minutes every game. There will be games they get 22 minutes, but maybe 30% of the time they get 30 minutes and they just go off like this. These two guys defensively, they're just crazy. Jabari Smith Jr., I mean, you can roster him, but honestly, you probably get better value elsewhere. We look at the Bucks. Brook Lopez, my God, 27 points, 3 steals, and 4 blocks. Ridiculous line. Giannis with 20 points, 13 rebounds, and just 4 assists and 3 blocks. He had a quiet night for whatever reason. Brook Lopez went off, and Damian Lillard also had a quiet night with 18 points and 10 assists, but hit the game winner. So this is the Brook Lopez game. Move on to the next one, the Orlando Magic and Phoenix Suns 109-99. This is obviously good for Orlando. Another win, and I think that we should try to sell Franz Wagner high. 32 points again, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 threes. But again, depending on who you're getting back, you should aim to get a top 20 player. Don't get a top 40 player, which, Franz might just be, right? Even with Banchero back. But he's just been unbelievable with Banchero out. Gogo Badaze, we haven't got any update from Wendell Carter Jr. God knows when that's going to be. So continue to stream him. Jalen Suggs, he's fallen off a little bit since the hot start. Still had 2 blocks and 2 threes here, so that's everything's still fine. And Phoenix, they lost at home. I know they don't have AD. Oh, I guess Bradley Beal is also out. Devin Booker, another bad game. 5 for 14. Devin Booker is not good this year, for whatever reason. Because with KD out, I mean, he had a great game last game with the Timberwolves, sure. But there are a lot of games where this year he just struggles like this. Probably a buy low, but be careful. Throw him like a top 25 player, top 30 player. Don't throw him like a top 15. Top 25 is actually not even. That's where he's getting drafted. So probably throw him like a top 40-ish type of player. Tyus Jones with 8 assists. That's good. 4 threes. He had a big game. A lot of assists and 3s and steals. Mason Plumlee. They started Mason Plumlee. With Nurkic out. So you could stream him. And Ryan Dunn and Grayson Allen, you know what these guys do. They hit threes. The next game is the Atlanta Hawks beat the Sacramento Kings 109-108. Trae Young goes 1 for 7, but that's all right. He had 19 assists. That is just ridiculous. Dyson Daniels, no steals. That's crazy. But he had 4 blocks instead. Absolutely crazy stuff from Dyson Daniels. He's a waiver pickup. I think in a lot of leagues, maybe he wasn't even picked. In hindsight, we just didn't know he would get this much minutes on the Hawks, but he should have get picked up after the first game. Once we see he starts and he get the minutes. Click Capella 20 minutes, play more minutes, and Okungwu, that's great, but he's not a must roster in my opinion. And actually, this game, Jalen Johnson was out, so they started Garrison Matthews and Zachary. Both guys played okay. While Bogdanovic also, this is big news, he came back. If you want to pick him up, sure, but they just got too many guys, too many wing guys, and Jalen Johnson is even out this game. So, I mean, eventually, I think he's gonna have like a 25-minute, 26-minute type of role, but for the Kings, De'Aaron Fox continue to be hot, 28.7 assists. Kevin Huerter, I think we could absolutely stream him with guys out. I think Malik Monk, so he's got to play extra minutes. Trey Lyles also, as long as Sabonis is out, these guys can put up some counting numbers, and Keegan Murray continues to just be very mediocre. He just took 3 threes, 7 rebounds, and 2 steals. Probably a buy low, but you don't drop Keegan Murray, right? He's gonna hit a lot of threes and rebounds, so you don't drop him ever. The last thing of the night, the Warriors lost to the Clippers. James Harden became the second most 3-pointers, surpassed Ray Allen, so that's big news. While Curry is the first, 26 points, 6 threes. Decent game from Curry, but they just couldn't get it down. Draymond Green, 6 turnovers. That's really high. 9 rebounds, 7 assists. But the rest of the Warriors, I mean, there's not much to talk about. Buddy Hield now plays his 23 minutes. Continues to monitor him. He could be a drop if that continues. That's just what it is. If they don't give him those minutes. For the Clippers, Harden 16 assists is ridiculous with 2 steals and 2 blocks and 2 threes. That's pretty good. But Harden just not scoring, right? Went to the free throw line twice, and Norman Powell continued to be hot. 5 for 6 from 3, 23 points, and Zubac also a very big game with 17 points, 2 steals and a block. And that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.